What's going on, y'all? It was a crazy week in the markets last week. Now it's time to get ready for the week to come, and we're going to dive right into the charts to see what opportunities present themselves. Let's go. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Let's get into our chart breakdowns, and we're going to start with gold. Gold had quite an interesting week. We have hit an all-new all-time high. Let's see how that happened. All right, let's go down to lower time frames real quick so we can see how this all-time high came about, and it was off of a news push. As you can see, this candle right over here was the candle that broke the all-time high and got us into the 2080s area. All right, so this was off of the interest rate decision. Interest rates continue to hike upwards as news from the Fed. So that being said, gold and other commodities did go on the rise, and that ended up leading gold to its all-time high. All right, so now what we're looking at is a potential reversal that started to happen, and that was off of another news push. We had non-farm payroll also at the end of last week, and non-farm payroll, basically the numbers told us that the job market has done significantly better. The unemployment rate has gone down and the amount of jobs in the economy has gone up. So that being said, the dollar is going to show strength when that happens, and that's what it did. And as a result, gold and other commodities are going to be a little weak. All right, so this is where we are, and we're going to see even after effects potentially of these news events in the week to come. All right, so now let's get ready. Let's see what we can decipher between the charts right now. Okay, so we are still at this area of resistance. Yes, we had this all-time high being broken, but it did not break significantly enough where I could say the body of the candle is completely above this area of resistance. So as it stands, this area of resistance is still solid over here, and we need to watch out for a potential return back to that area. Let's go down to the daily. Now on the daily time frame, I want to mark out more areas of support and resistance on where I could potentially see price heading to. Okay, so for areas of support, we're going to mark them off. So I have an area right over here. I have an area over here, resistance. I'm gonna look to the left, and I think that's enough for right now in terms of most recent price. Okay, going down to the 4 hour, and let's see how this is starting to look. So in the 4 hour, let me close up this area of support just a little bit more. So in the 4 hour, right now we have a solid area of support over here. And even if price were to break this area, we have another area of support right over here. So I do want to see how price opens up. All right, if price opens up and it gives me something like this, right, and then heads back down to this area of support, that may be a potential area to look at for an entry. So your entry would be right around here as price is reversing again. That may be a potential area to look for the sell. However, if we are breaking aggressively out of this area of resistance, I'd wait till price gets past this area, okay, gets past this wick over here. Once price gets past this wick, then we can anticipate maybe potentially a retest is going to happen in this area right before we go for the takeoff to the upside. Okay, now if we get an aggressive move to the downside, so instead of coming up when the market opens, if we get an aggressive move to the downside and we break this area, if there's an opportunity for the retest and riding it down to the next area, fine, but it's completely fine as well to wait to see if price is going to break this area of support. And if it does, then we are in a free fall here. Okay, if price does break that area of support, we do have quite some room to go. You could say this is a potential TP1, and then after that you have a TP2 all the way down here, or even potentially up here, because that was a previous area of resistance over here. Okay, so these are potential areas if price does break this area of support. The sell side does look good, especially being that we made a new all-time high. We can start to see an aggressive reversal, so we have to be prepared for that if that does happen. Okay, so again, so my areas that I'm looking at around here, 2080. If price returns to 2080 and breaks that area, wait for that retest and take that buy. But if not, if we break this area, which is 1933, if we break 1933, then I like the idea of waiting for the retest and taking this sell to the downside. Okay, so let's watch out for gold. Plenty of opportunities in this pair. Let's move on to UJ. All right, UJ had a great week as well. Price flowed pretty nicely. And if you remember from some of our previous market outlooks, we were looking at this area for a while now, this area of resistance over here. And that area was very much respected. And we could see the after effects as we go down to lower time frames, right? So going down to the daily, I'm looking at more areas of support and resistance that price could settle at. So far, in terms of where it recently is, there is an area of support right over here. Okay, and we're going to just mark off that next area below that, which is going to be right over here. In terms of areas of resistance, there's a possible area of resistance that extends from here all the way across. So we are going to watch out for that and go down to lower time frames. All right, so now on the 4 hour, this is where we're at. So last week we flowed pretty nicely. We got up to this area of resistance before we took the reversal and went back down to the downside. So now what we're looking at is we're looking to see what price is going to do at this zone over here. Either we're going to return back to this area of support, okay, very strong support, multiple hits here. Either we return back to this area of support and then make a decision on whether we're going to break it or bounce off of it again, or we're going to break through to the upside. And if we do, then we definitely have a nice range to the left hand side that we can anticipate that price can possibly fill. Okay, so if we do get that breakout to the upside, then wait for your retest, of course, and then take that all the way up to that area of resistance. If we break down to the area of support, wait to see if this area of support becomes broken. If this area of support breaks, then you have an opportunity to ride this further down to the next area of support right down here. Okay, either way, there's still money to be made. This sell opportunity is still over 70 pips over here, but the buy opportunity could be very, very large if that does play out, and that is over 200 pips. So definitely could be paid out if you pay attention to this move. Okay, let's go to US oil. All right, US oil had somewhat of a bearish week, but not too bearish. Had a rebound at the end of the week. All right, so this is where we are with oil right now. So this area of support was broken. All right, this previous area of support that extends all the way across over here, that was broken throughout the week. And now we're returning back to that area. So this could easily be a retest back to this area before we get another push down that may match this area of support over here. But let's see what price action looks like, and let's see how it looks on the lower time frame. So on the lower time frame, you can see that we actually did get to this area of support over here, right? We got to this area of support, a big wick downwards, and now we have reversed and made our way back to the upside. So that being said, being that we're looking at most recent price, this is your area of resistance right over here. And as price breaks this area, you may have an opportunity to fill up this range over here on the left hand side up till you get to this area of resistance right over here. Okay, so there's definitely an opportunity over here. If we break through, again, wait for that retest, and we're going to look at this on the lower time frame so it's a lot clearer. You're going to wait for that retest, of course, and then you're going to ride that to the upside over here. So this is a golden opportunity to fill in that range on the left hand side, so you can pay attention to that and set alerts to see if oil is breaking out to that side. If it breaks down, I'd probably feel a little safer waiting for the trade to get past this area over here. Let the trade get past this area before you ride it down, and maybe this could potentially be the area you ride it down to. Okay, but I do like the buy opportunity way more than the sell opportunity, so I pay attention more so to the buy opportunity if it's there. Okay, all right, so last but not least, let's touch up on US30, guys. All right, so US30, let's take a look at how things are looking right now. So we have this area of resistance, right? Price is around this area of resistance right over here, and we're gonna go down to look at more areas that price can potentially go to. Okay, area of support that extends from here all the way to here, and another area of support down here. So now as we look at the 4 hour, we bounce off this area of support over here, and now we're heading back to the upside. Now, what we want to look at, if we were looking for an opportunity, this was a mini area of resistance, and we'll see that clearer on the 1 hour. This was a mini area of resistance, and as we break this area, again, as customary, we want to wait for that retest before we go back to the upside and fill in that gap. All right, there could be multiple TPs here because there are multiple areas of resistance, right? So if we're looking at areas of resistance, we're looking at this area over here, this area over here, as well as this area right over here. Okay, so these are your TP1s, 2s, and 3s that price could potentially get to if it is heading to the upside. Okay, so definitely plenty of opportunities if price heads to the upside. You know US30 is very, very volatile. So that being said, these are a lot of pips that could be collected if you do take that upwards, a total of about over 400 pips, right? So that's the buy side. If we are going down, if we're looking at the sell side, then I'd prefer to wait till we get to this area over here, get past this area over here. If we can get past this mini area of support, right? Small support, but if we could break past it, there is a few opportunities as we look at the range to the left-hand side, okay? So we break down, we get that retest. There are opportunities as we look to the left-hand side to ride this all the way down to at least this area over here where there was previous support, okay? Your TP1 and then your ultimate bigger support is going to be your TP2. Okay, so opportunities both ways when I look at US30, all right? So you do want to pay attention for that. The buy side does look a little bit more promising, but the sell side is not bad at all. Okay, so plenty of opportunities, guys, in the market. Again, all you really need is one solid opportunity and being able to milk that trade all throughout the lifetime of that setup, right? So if you actually focus on one pair, focus on one particular setup that's going on, then you can make tons and tons of money for the week, more than enough to satisfy you. All right, so guys, let's prepare. Let's get ready for this week. Let's make some money this week. Let's keep the momentum and let's keep stacking up. All right, guys, so I hope you gain value in this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, Jordan Maestro, take care.